Hi everyone. Before the video begins, it's important that you know that pawpaw flowers start life off as females. This flower is a female. They stay like that for a few days and then they pass into a male. This flower is a male.
So you see my pawpaw trees, and from here it looks like, well, there's nothing happening. But my pawpaw trees are in full bloom. Let's get a closer look. All around, little green flowers and burgundy flowers. And it's hard to describe how loaded these trees are. So pawpaws need to be cross-pollinated. Most pawpaw plants are not self-fertile, and bees do not pollinate pawpaws. Generally, flies, I've seen gnats, and other types of insects pollinate. And honestly, they're not the most reliable pollinators. So what I do is I actually hand pollinate. I go to my pawpaw trees and I look for a flower where the base has flared out, as opposed to this one. This one is not very flared out. The bottom is pretty tight yet. And I look and it should have turned. Yes, it is now shedding pollen. So one option you have is to take the pollen and you can knock it into a bowl, or something that I've done in the past is use a little gel capsule. The reason why I use this as opposed to a bowl is because the bowl is large and there is not but limited pollen, and you don't want to waste all your pollen sticking to the side of the bowl. But honestly, I'm not going to do either one of those. I have so many flowers on the tree that what I'm going to do is just actually pinch the flower off. And I'm going to take this flower to another tree and pollinate it there. Okay, so I've made my way to a different and genetically distinct tree, and now I'm looking for flowers to pollinate. Let me tell you what I don't look for. Like if the flower is open, like this one right here, then you know that this one is past its prime. More than likely, these have already turned into male. First they're female, then they're male, and then the flower dies, and if the fruit develops, it does, and if it's not pollinated well, it doesn't. Something that I look for flowers like this that were green that are starting to blush red. This one might be a little too immature because it's just got a little bit of red on it, so I'm going to look for something else. Like this one down here would be a good candidate. If you notice, it's got right on the tip down there, it's green, but it's mostly red. If you notice, the bottom is not flared out like, say, this flower in my hand. So this one is still female. Something else that I do is I check inside the flower to see if the stigmas seem to be receptive. So once I do that, I take the flower that I have, and then I take a paintbrush, small paintbrush, and I take the paintbrush and I dip it in to the flower with the pollen, and you can see the bottom of my paintbrush is now loaded with pollen. Okay, so then I take this and I just stick it down in this flower, and I rub the paintbrush up against the stigma.